The next item in the assembly is the steel-headed studs. First, pick the stud diameter from the drop-down menu. We will use 3/4 inch diameter studs. However, you have the ability to use different diameter sizes. Next, we need to determine the nominal shear strength per stud, QN. InnerCalc allows you to input your own QN value. However, if you want QN to be calculated per the AISC provisions, you need to click on this button. You can see the equation to calculate QN noted at the top. In the equation, we need F'C as well as the concrete modulus. The concrete modulus E is calculated based on the concrete density. Hence, before you move forward with QN calculations, you should confirm that these values are correct. Currently, we have F'C to be 3 KSI and the density to be 145 PCF. If these values are correct, you can move forward. If you want to change these values, then you exit this window and you repopulate these numbers. For this example, these values are acceptable. Also, to calculate QN, you need to input the FU of the stud. In this case, we are using 65 KSI, which is also acceptable for our example. The last part of the equation is the system configuration factors RG and RP. You can pick the proper RG factor from the drop-down menu based on your system. In this example, the deck is perpendicular to the beam and we are starting with 1 stud per rib. If we have 2 studs or 3 studs or more per rib, then we need to come back and change the RG factor. Currently, InnerCalc auto-calculates the RP factor for you based on your deck orientation selection. Since we selected the deck to be perpendicular to beam, then it uses RP equals to 0.6. If the deck is parallel, then it would have used 0.75 for RP. This table, taken directly from the AISC, provides more info about these factors based on the system configuration. Based on this table, the user can make informed input decisions regarding their specific system. Once all the data entry is complete, you can see that QN is automatically calculated for you, and in this example, QN equals 17.24 kips. If this sounds good to you, then you can click on the Use the Calculated QN button and it will automatically populate it for you in the input box. Again, you can always override the QN value and use whatever stud capacity you would like. The last item under the General tab is the Composite Action Percentage. You can choose from full composite or calculate the minimum studs, or if you have a specific composite action percentage that you like to use, then you can click on this button. If you click on this option, you will be able to input the percentage right here. In our example, we want to use the minimum number of studs, so we click on this option. Next, we move on to the Span and Section Data tab. First, you input the span. If you remember from previously, the beam is spaced at 8 feet on center and the total span of the beam is 24 feet. So we input 24 feet for the span length. Next, we pick the beam. We will start with a W12 by 22. The user can also use other shapes and not just W beams. For example, if you click on the Lookup button, you can access the database of all of the section shapes and sizes that you can use, such as HP or C, etc. The user can also define a custom section that can be used instead of the AISC standard sections. In our example, we will stick to the W12 by 22 that we have already selected. If you like to learn more or have any questions, you can visit our website, innercalc.com, or send us an email at support@innercalc.com. Thank you for watching.